Okay. Where's my annotate button? Oh no. Okay. Because I have to just type in it. Okay. 3 and 4?
5,
4 and 5?
3, and 5.
3 and 5. Okay. So we'll just ignore 4 then. Okay. 3. All right. So the first thing I would do for number 3 is find side C. Right. And then we'll use the equation C squared. Let me scroll down a little bit more. There we go. Is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine of C. So if you plug in, because I would use that one because we know what AB and angle C is, right? The only thing we're missing then is side C. So if we plug in our givens, we'll get C squared is equal to 3 squared plus 8 squared plus or minus 2 times 3 times 8 times the cosine of 50, and then make sure your calculator's in degrees. So if you do that, you should get C squared equals 3 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 3 times 8 times cosine of, what was it, 50? And make sure your calculator's in degree mode. You should get, it seems really big. Oh no, that's fine. 42.146. Okay, and then to get C by itself, we got to get rid of the squared. So then we would say C is equal to the square root of that. Which is 6.492. Okay, and then once you have C, to find either angle B or angle A, what you should do is use the law of sines. So the law of sines states that the sine of B over side B is equal to the sine of C over side C. And then if you plug in, you'll get a sine of B over 8 is equal to the sine of 50 over, now we know what side C is, 6.492. And then you just cross multiply, divide, and take the sine inverse. Does that make sense how to finish that last one? Or do you want to keep working on it?
I put the wrong number in.
Okay. And then once you have B, angle B, then angle C and angle B and angle A have to add up to 180. So you can use the law of sines again to find angle A, or you could just subtract from 180. All right, does that make sense for that problem?
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. Let me just move this to, I'm messing up all the formatting on this, so I have to go fix it. Okay. Yeah, number 5 is kind of tricky. So what you have to do is the law of cosines twice. Once with just triangle ABC, the big one, and then again with triangle ABD, or really CBD, depending on which one you do. So because the goal is, if I can figure out what either angle C or angle A is, then I can use my side measurements here for the smaller triangle. So let's say we'll do, I don't know, you want to find angle C or angle A?
A.
Okay, let's find angle A. All right, so if we use the law of cosines that has angle A in it, that would be A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC times the cosine of A, which gives us what, A4 squared is equal to 8 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times 8 times 6 times the cosine of A. All right, and if we go ahead and square those, that's what, 16 equals 64 plus 36 minus 8, 16. What is that? 2 times 8 times 6. 96. All right, and then if we subtract what, 64 plus 36 is 100. So if we subtract 100 from both sides, we would get 100 minus 16 is 84. Negative 84 is equal to negative 96 cosine of A. And then we'll divide to get what, 84 over 96 is equal to the cosine of A. And then we take the cosine inverse. So A will equal the cosine inverse of 84 over 96, which is 28.955 degrees. Okay, so now the idea here is if angle A is 28.955 degrees, and I know AB, this side, is 6, and I know from A to C it's 8, then that would mean that this is going to be 4 from A to D. And I know angle A, and I know AB, and so I just need to find this side that's opposite angle A, which is actually the exact same formula. So again, what we know is we know AB, which would be the same thing as like side D, is or which AB, which is the same thing as side C, which is the same thing as side D in our little triangle, is 8. Or sorry, 6. We know AC, which is the same thing as side B, which is 8. If I have that to get the median, which would equal twice the median, I don't know, twice the midpoint. I don't know. Wish I could just write. This notation doesn't. AD is going to be 4 then. Okay, right? If AC is 8, then AD is 4, because this is a median, which means D is a midpoint. And that's going to be the same thing as the side B in our little triangle here, right? We just label it based on the opposite vertex. And our goal is to find then BD, which would again be opposite angle A, so we would call that side A. And we know angle A is 28.955. So if we use our formula like we have above, just this one again. Nope. There we go. Then if we plug in, we'll get A squared, which is what we're trying to find, is equal to 4 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times 4 times 6 times the cosine of 28.955 degrees. And really, you could type that whole thing into the calculator as A equals the square root of that big mess there, and not have to worry about simplifying it. do that, we should get 4 squared. Oh, well, square root.
I put it in Desmos.
You could put in Desmos. And by the way, when you're using these calculator apps, these are the fancy ones. So you can scroll up to whatever number you got earlier and just hit enter and it'll copy that number into your line. That way you don't have to worry about as many rounding errors. And you should get 3.162. Again, that is the same thing as side BD because in our smaller triangle here, BD is the side that's opposite angle A. So it would be little a. All right, does that make sense for that one?
Yep.
Awesome. Do you have any more questions?
No.
All righty. Well, thanks for dropping by. It's good to hear from you. If you have anything more that pops up, I'll be here Thursday and Friday from 9:30 to 10:30.
Okay. Sounds good.